The Screen Team is back, and we've got a movie review for you right now. It is from the movie called Infernal Affairs.
Yes.
And Sean, like our last review, how Battle Royale is very similar to the Hunger Games, or vice versa, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
And
stolen. Or Hunger Games stolen from Battle Royale. Sure, yeah.
Our next film, Infernal Affairs, is a film that inspired a hugely successful American film.
Yes,
now, what film was that?
Yes, the Infernal Affairs was remade by Martin Scorsese into The Departed. It was the Oscar award winner for Best Picture in 2006, I believe.
And were you a fan of
The Departed? Is a great movie. The Departed is an absolutely fantastic movie. And having seen Infernal Affairs, they had a pretty good base to work off of, because Infernal Affairs is great.
Yeah, Infernal Affairs is amazing.
Yeah.
You're watching this movie, and I would say one of the things that kind of bothered me a little bit was the director. I don't feel like he explained a lot of the plots.
Mm-hmm.
I think things just happened really, really quickly.
Sure.
But I was able to follow it because, I've seen The Departed. So I was like, okay, I know that this character's doing this, and I know that this character's doing that. And, but I don't think the movie itself did a good job of really, going into exposition. Thank you. I'm so glad you're on this show. I would sound like a moron if it wasn't for you. So I'm glad that I had that, that other movie to help me through this one. But besides that, this movie is incredible.
Yeah,
it's very, very good.
Acting is fantastic. Take the caveat of we're watching subtitles, so the writing appeared to be good. I don't know. There's always some minor differences. Writing appeared to be really well. Twister would be fantastic. Haven't already. If you've seen The Departed, you've seen this movie.
Yeah,
The Departed rips some scenes wholesale from Infernal Affairs.
So let me ask you this: if you've seen The Departed, why watch Infernal Affairs?
It's still a good movie. I'd watch The Departed again. I'd watch Infernal Affairs again. It's a well-acted, good movie. There are some differences because the Infernal Affairs is actually a trilogy. And Departed pulls a few things from the second and third movie, although mainly based off the first movie. So there are a few differences.
Okay.
I think it's still worth watching. The different setting is interesting compared to Boston compared to, I believe, Hong Kong as this was.
Uh-huh.
And the performances are great. I mean, like I said, going to have trouble remembering names, but the performances of all the main characters was really fantastic, kind of across the board.
Yeah, performances were really good, and you're watching a lot of these scenes in this movie, and they just like Sean says, they pluck them right out of The Departed plucked those scenes right out of you're watching a scene where some of the two gangster guys are talking about how you can identify a cop or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, that guy's a cop, and that guy's a cop. And then he points to our undercover cop, and he's like, hey, you're a cop, and that was directly, from The Departed or whatever. So there's a lot of those type of scenes where, you're like, oh, that's exact,
Yeah, like how he kind of revealed, the undercover cops revealed to his significant other, I believe, is the exact same it is in Departed, with it's played over a recording.
Right.
And just like some of the death scenes are the exact same. But still, they're well done.
Yeah.
There are a few kind of side plot issues. There are a few new characters in The Departed that weren't in Infernal Affairs. I believe Mark Wahlberg's character doesn't have an equivalent in the Infernal Affairs. So there are differences. There's still reason to watch both of them, but they're both very good. I hate to make this Departed versus Infernal Affairs, because Infernal Affairs is a great movie that stands up on its own.
Yeah.
You don't need to have seen The Departed to watch Infernal Affairs. But yeah, it's definitely a great movie worth watching.
All right, so you've got these two movies, right? You've got Infernal Affairs, you've got The Departed. Which one do you pick, sir? If it's a Saturday night and you're by yourself or whatever.
Here's the weird thing. I think I like Infernal Affairs better, but just because Departed's in English, has names you can recognize, it's easier to follow. I think I'd probably watch The Departed, because Infernal Affairs, you got, like any subtitle movie, you got to be paying attention to from the moment jump. Or otherwise, you're just going to miss stuff. Just missing dialogue. You can't just hear dialogue. You can't just look at your phone for a second, hear the dialogue, still know what's going on.
Right.
So I'd probably watch The Departed. I think Infernal Affairs may be a slightly better movie, even if just because, The Departed took so much from Infernal Affairs that I think Infernal Affairs might be a slightly better movie, but still both worth watching.
I would go for The Departed because Infernal Affairs doesn't have any Rolling Stones songs in it.
It probably also had like a
I'm just
tenth
saying.
of the budget that Departed too.
That's true, man. That's true. I mean, and you know, we're more familiar with the actors when you got, you know, Jack Nicholson and you've got
Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg. You got Martin Sheen,
Alec Baldwin's in it too.
Baldwin, Farmiga. I can't. Rivera is in it. Yeah, just a ton of recognizable actors across the board. Don't really know anyone from Infernal Affairs. They still do good jobs, but yeah.
But you know you're a special movie when Scorsese is pretty much paying homage to your movie with his movie. So, obviously, a lot of violence in this film, rated R kind of thing.
Not as much as the other two movies, but
that's very true. Out of all the three movies we've done, this one's probably the tamest out of the trilogy we've reviewed today. So, but remember, it is still rated R. There is some violence in it, so keep that in mind. A lot of adult stuff in there.
Situations.
Adult situations for sure. So, Sean, man, next time you come on the show, we should do some more foreign persuasion movies.
Okay, yeah, that works.
I'm not as eloquent with my words as Sean is here. So, anyway, Sean, appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back next Saturday with another edition of the Screen Team. Remember, we are all over the web. You can check us out on ScreenTeamPB.com. You can check us out on our Facebook page. We're on Twitter. We are on YouTube, and you can check out all our reviews on there. So make sure you do so if you get a chance. Okay. For Sean and Chris, we are the Screen Team, and remember, we want you to know before you go.